ever brought your magic to Walt Disney World like, hey, we came to play? Did you tip your tiara to a Creole princess or get goofy officially? Step up like a boss and save the day? Or see what life's like under the tree of life? Did you? If you could. Would you? When we come through, it's true magic. 'Cause we came to play. Bring the magic at Walt Disney World Resort.
Want to make Mom's Day? Get to your Nordstrom Rack now and score amazing deals for Mother's Day, which is Sunday, May 12th. Find tons of gifts from only $30 at Nordstrom Rack. Fragrance, jewelry, luxury bags, activewear, beauty, and more. Save on Kate Spade New York, Stuart Weitzman, and Ted Baker London. Great brands, great prices. So shop your Nordstrom Rack store today and treat Mom to the good stuff from just $30.
Today is the day you will lose fat. Come see Dr. T at NJ Diet.
Easiest diet I've ever done. It's changed my life. Come see Dr. T.
Using blood work and DNA testing. 1-855-5NJ-DIET and NJDiet.com. Change your life in only 40 days with NJ Diet.
What's up, y'all? This is Tim Einenkel with The Library. Make sure to follow me on Twitter. That's at The Library with Tim. That's at The Library with Tim. Also, check me out on rapstation.com for my full interviews and also updates from all the And You Don't Stop crew.
Give it up for Naughty by Nature!
On February 24th, in front of a packed Gramercy Theater in New York City, Naughty by Nature celebrated the 20th anniversary of the hit single HipHop Hooray. That's right, it's been 20 years since HipHop Hooray dropped. Naughty by Nature is currently on tour celebrating 20 years of HipHop Hooray. I had a chance to catch up to Treach to talk about 20 years of HipHop Hooray and his career. This interview will air in 3 parts. Man, the HipHop Hooray tour is celebrating 20 years of the landmark single HipHop Hooray. Can you believe it's been 20 years since you wrote that? What has been the reaction so far?
I mean, it's been amazing. Each spot we hit, it's like we've seen fans that never seen a Naughty by Nature show before. So, I mean, it's like an honor for us to be able to get up there, hit them, and leave them with something that, you know, a lot of them, we speak to them, and they like, we never had opportunity to, but we glad y'all still out there because they don't make this type of music anymore.
I want to go into the writing process of this track. Did you and Vinny, did you guys write together on it? Could you, there's parts where you guys go back and forth, or did you just go to your separate places, your corners, and do your own thing?
Yeah. I mean, basically, I just laid the blueprint out, and he had nothing. Only thing he had to do was go up in there and drop the lyrics. So yeah, I was back then just really into just making the tightest songs possible. So a lot of people, he was there, so it was like, why won't you just rhyme on these tracks as well, and to give it a different element of performance when we on stage. So during those times, I was just writing his lyrics into it, so it'd just make the whole vibe of the show that much more hyper. And plus, take a load off of me. It's a lot of lyrics to be doing within those hours on stage, so it was kind of me putting a break on me somewhat.
Right. Actually, I want to go into that. The first album you guys did was obviously very heavy you, and then the second, the second album, 1993, incorporated a lot of Vinny. Was that the plan from the get-go, to kind of slowly bring Vinny on, onto the mic?
Well, it wasn't actually the plan. What had happened was the people started asking, like, when are we going to start hearing you on some more records? Like after Uptown Anthem came out, they heard him on that as well. So with the first album, he basically wasn't on there at all. So with the fans, we love giving them what they want. So that's when I went in the lab and like, you know what, we're going to start writing you in on more of a lyrical standpoint in the group because that's what the fans are asking for.
So how did when you guys were started doing that? How did your own writing process change? When I guess from the first album to the second album.
I mean, with me, I'm just a beast on it. It's like even if you never heard Naughty by Nature with an album out at the time, if we were touring and a year missed a year or whatever else, I always stayed in the studio writing, whether it was just unreleased stuff or with different groups or cliques or like the whole local hip hop scene in Jersey. So I never stopped writing. I've been writing forever, and it's like a hobby to me. To get in there and get in the studio. I love being in the studio, whether it's like a project that's slated to come out or not. I just love being in there and creating. I love that.
One thing a lot of people appreciate about, especially the second album, you guys, I think you did this purposely. You guys never glorified the street. You just kind of spoke to what the street was about.
Mm-hmm.
Why weren't you tempted to, do the glorification part of it?
I mean, I don't really know. None of it, the way we did it, like I said, was even planned. We knew nothing about making hit albums or anything. We just had our own type of swag, our own type of way of doing things. I always was more of a writer where I didn't want you to get it on the first go. I wanted you to figure it out. You know what I mean? I didn't want everybody to be able to just say my lyrics. I look at it like a singer. You know what I mean? You can sing along with Mariah Carey, but you know you can't hit those notes.
Sure.
You know what I mean? So I always wanted to have it like, okay, I want you to be able to be with me and rock with me, but you're not going to listen to me and be like, you know what, I could do it better than him. You're going to respect my chops.
What keeps you going after 22 years?
I mean, it gets to a point where it's all you know. You know, we've been doing this. Our first record came out. We was just turning 20.
Wow.
So it was like, this is what we've been doing since high school, junior high. First round I wrote, I was 12 years old. So after the Sugar Hill Gang and Cold Crush, Crash Crew, all that era, it was like, this is a part of the game I need to be in. I love this music, this culture a little bit too much. I can't just, there's not enough records for me to go out and buy. I got all the records I could get, all the underground tapes. It's like, I need to make my own stuff now.
I read in an old interview that you, after the first album dropped, you didn't. I mean, they asked, do you think you would be doing this 22 years later? And you said, after the first album, I didn't think so. So I was wondering, why was that the case? But also, what would you think you'd be doing if for some reason this didn't work out? What would have been your second career choice?
Wow. It really wasn't a good look for me, because after junior high, after high school and everything else, really during high school, the streets really had took me over. So it was like my sports aspirations and all of that was down the tube, because I like high school and everything else. I was real good in baseball and football, but I never pursued it in high school because I was in the streets. So if this hip hop thing ain't go along, I would have been in trouble. Oh, really? I would have been in trouble. I had to do something along this line. Had to. So it would have just been a regular 9 to 5.
So so writing for you is I guess kind of a therapeutic thing or whatnot.
Yeah, it's everything. It's therapeutic. It's inspirational. It keeps me going. It keeps the mind sharp. It keeps me always like reaching out there to figure out what's going to be that next niche and that next, or what the game going to be like 10 years from now. Is my music still going to be relevant 10 years from now that I'm writing now? So I never wanted to be to the point where it's dated. You know, when you hear it, it's just good music. It's not like, you know what, that sounds like it was made in the 80s or the 90s or 2000, the first decade of 2000. It's just good music. So that's what I thrive off.
That's part one of my interview with Treach. We'll continue this interview next week. This is The Library with Tim. Make sure to follow me on Twitter. That's at The Library with Tim. And keep checking www.rapstation.com for updates from all the And You Don't Stop crew. Peace.
Trying to be handsome, tricking what you're thinking, 'cause I'm vamping.
What's up, y'all? This is Tim Einenkel with The Library. Make sure to follow me on Twitter. That's at The Library with Tim. That's at The Library with Tim. Also, check me out on rapstation.com for my full interview and also updates from all the And You Don't Stop crew. Here's part 2 of my interview with Treach from Naughty by Nature. So obviously a lot of the fans, or a lot of people know you for OPP, Feel Me Flow, Uptown Anthem, and of course HipHop Hooray. But I was wondering, are there songs that you wish people knew, like, or any of the songs that I guess the masses have slept on?
Nah, not really, because the true fans and stuff is crazy. They know album songs. You know what I mean? So it's like, even if we do a song that we never had a single for on the show, I mean, the funniest thing to me is like going to Japan and stuff, and they don't even speak English, but they can recite every word that you're saying off of any song that you play, whether it was a single or not. So it's like, nah, I think every song that we put out, every single that we put out at the time was right on time. It was for the era. It was for the people, and it was good choices. It was good choices. Because all the singles that we put out had a real long life. And, you know, like you said, it's still out there 22 years later. We could perform the songs, and the crowd is going crazy like they brand new.
I want to go into one of the tracks on 1993. Ready for them with featuring Heavy D.
Here comes the man you dig, the man you dunk, the man you love, the man you hug. So come get some of the funky drum. Here I come, lights, camera, plenty, punani action. I'm the don in the city, known for the nitty gritty. Consider me Big Willie, consider you itty bitty. I'm the youngest in the family of 6. I've heard it with chicks, and then I learned tricks in the ghetto mix.
Wow.
Heavy D passed away a little over 2 years ago. So, you know, just for the fans, what was it like, one, working with Heavy, and two, like, what kind of person was he?
Man, Hev was a champ. He was a trooper and one of the original founders, man, of the quick tongue lyrical spit game. You know what I mean? Hev was complicated with his lyrics, and he was smooth, and he was a big boy that was out there dancing like he was Kid and Play size. You know, so just to see, it was so many different amazing heights to Heavy D. He was one of the coolest people you could meet. Like, everything was a smile on his face, everything, like, it wasn't a problem, let's just make it happen type of attitude. And when it came time to make them records, it wasn't nothing for him to go in and write his and knock it out like he already had it done. He'll come in there and tear it down. So he's truly missed. We love him to death, and his legacy is definitely going to live on.
I want to ask you about a couple more songs, and I have a lot of favorites. Uptown Anthem, I've always thought it in a weird way as a kind of a tribute to the rhyming style of Kane and Rakim.
Me and Ben Rock went spots in flocks and groups and troops with timber boots and jail suits. That's how I roll when my hair do dope. When the will I got wanting competition ain't dope. Beat you, break you, broke you, smoke you, take you, send you to your little group on mute. Sooner or later,
were they kind of the inspiration behind your flow, or is this? I mean, obviously it's your own flow as well. And also, what was the inspiration also behind that song?
I think artists like, I think I'm a combination of everybody I grew up on. Everybody I admire. Big Daddy Kane, Rakim, Slick Rick, Cool G Rap, Run DMC, LL Cool J. I feel as though, like, when I first started, in order for me to get my own style, all of them was in me. Because that's what I grew up listening to, and I know when I first came out, I sounded more like LL Cool J than anybody else.
Going into another song, Everything Gonna Be Alright. Was that the hardest song you've ever written? Not in terms of, just all over. I mean, was it a hard song to write, or did that just come out?
I think probably the hardest song for me to write was More Than You Till I Join You, the tribute to Tupac. That was probably the hardest song for me to write.
Was 90 on the PE tour when we met. Damn, don't even seem like 7 years past. Both roadies now homies out the hood on the scene. You did the Humpty with the U, I did the Watt with the Queen. Was a dream, smoking and drinking through Aberdeen.
I mean, you guys were close friends, right?
Yeah. So Ghetto Bastard was basically like a biography of my life.
Right.
So it was actually easy to write because I knew the story.
Right.
Yeah, and the track was so melodic and everything else. Certain songs I'll say, like, once I hear the beat write the rhymes because I don't even know where the lyrics just come from. But before I turn around, it's like the song is done. And it's just everything it should have been.
And some get none, some catch a bad one, and some leave the job half done. I was one who never had and always mad, never knew my dad. Motherfucker, well, anyway, I did pick up, lift and click up, see many stick ups, cause critters had to trigger hiccups. I couldn't get a job, nappy hair was not allowed. My mother couldn't afford us all, she had to throw me out. I walked the strip, which is a clip who wanna hit. They got them quick, I had to eat this money, split and spit. I threw in braids, I wasn't paid enough. I kept them on cause I couldn't afford a haircut. I got laughed at, I got chumped, I got dissed. I got upset, I got a check and a banana clip. Was down the throat and led to any deal attack can. I still have been broke, so a lot of coulda, woulda, did or done. If not for bad luck, I wouldn't have none. Why did I have to live a life for such a bad one? Why when I was a kid and played, I was a sad one. And always wanted to live like this or that one.
It's amazing that for you, a lot of rhymes, come off effortlessly, and it doesn't sound like it's coming off effortlessly. Like each lyric obviously has a thought to it, and obviously your flow is tight, and it's been it's been amazing for the last 22 years. So Chuck said, I just want you to get your reaction to this. Treach is the king, a real cat who has embraced the equality of rappers in regions terribly overlooked. Naughties are ambassadors. I wanted to just get your reaction to that.
Wow. I mean, coming from Chuck, man, he's one of the originals. He's one of the ones that, like I said, in that era, Public Enemy, that was another group that all I listened to. So I guess the militant side of me was the Chuck side that rolled off on me. You know what I mean? The more politically influenced type of lyrics definitely came from spawning from the vibe from Chuck D. So, I mean, we learned a lot from everybody that's coming. Another thing we learned from Public Enemy, which Public Enemy was the first to do, was like just really brand their clothing and their logo. You knew that PE logo anywhere. You knew when you saw Public Enemy in bold print, you wanted one of those shirts. You wanted one of those hats. So when we came out, we was like, yo, even from the days before Naughty, when we were New Style, we had our own jackets, we had our own, you know what I mean, our whole look and everything else, because we know, like, yo, we got to go out there and really brand our brand and put it out there so the world knows that even if the brand ends up being bigger than the group itself, because we never knew how many records we would end up selling. So we were doing everything on the mind state of, you know what, we need to really just put full force in everything to make sure this group is going to be successful one way or the other. And people are going to know this group once they mention it years down the line as we wanted to be known as one of their favorite groups.
Was it, when you guys first came out, I mean, obviously this rap wasn't that as popular as it is now. I mean, there was, in the 90s, there were so many driving forces against it. I mean, some radio stations refused to play it. Was that ever a deterrent for you guys, or was that just more of an inspiration?
That was an inspiration because we was like, look, man, we got to come out here and get a part of this game. Like, we didn't know what the radio stations was going to do. We didn't know what the video outlets was going to play. We thought, like, really our stuff was going to be too hard for them to even accept, and especially when we had, like, the concept or the title. I mean, the concept OPP, we was like, as soon as they find out what this means, nobody's going to play this song. So we was like, yo, let's just go for it. Wow. Let's go for it. Put it out there. It's good music to us. It's catchy. We like it. So if the label is behind it, they're going to work it. Hey, what we got to lose? Right. We got a shot at it. Let's go. And we ain't in the business of being scared. If we made it in the streets, we could come out on this industry. It ain't nothing that's going to deter anything that we want to do out here. And we had the great leader, Queen Latifah, so we were really feeling ourselves like, we got this.
That was part 2 of my interview with Treach from Naughty by Nature. Follow me on Twitter @TheLibraryWithTim. That's @TheLibraryWithTim. And keep it locked to www.HipHopHooray.com. www.rapstation.com. Peace.
You about to feel the chronicles of a bionicle lyrically spitting, dismissing. I'm on a mission and just hitting. Now it's written and hitting with mittens. I'm missing, wishing, man, listen. I glisten like sun and water while fishing. Bust the move in this word. Serve words with nerve embedded. I said it word. Damn, you nerd, man, you heard. Coming from the town of Illy and alleys are full of Phillies and rallies. Suckers get silly and Sally. Them found in alleys and rallies. Really? So here we go. Now holla if you hear me, though. Come and feel me. Flow. Never Nixon with tricking brothers, bitching over fixins that ain't fitting to be hitting for nothing. Spitting things is bitten and getting written on. You're like a platter, bad platter. Boy, you're pissing me off. Boy, you even started. So what? So long. See you fly by my try. How else could I say it when you play it? Try boom. Bye, 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 bye. Here we go. Now holla if you hear me, though. Come and feel me flow. Here we go. Now holla if you hear me, though. Come and feel me flow. The flow pro poetical with skills only a better. No better. No where's the weather flow that's on point like decimals. Manhandling new crews. Partying with the zoo crew. Looking for the peak and poo-poos. I thought you knew two stone styles of stamina. Jamming. And while we're planning the jam, we bust with a party amateur damages. Managing, damaging mice, men, and even mannequins. You're a fan again. Now I wanna know who's the man again. Naughty's back like vertebrae. Word to hey, I ho. The way I show you, pray I flow. Steady breaking to the boogie, so bang time to slang bang and watch all the poo tag tags hang. Here we go. Now holla if you hear me, though. Come and feel me flow. Here we go. Now holla if you hear me, though. Come and feel me flow. Playing K, you break the body of a beat, the break into boogie. Firm and fully chase bass lines like bullies. All we wanna know is if your body wanna party. It's the poop tang for everybody. So hip up and split up, get up, your wit up, souped up, put your dukes up, no guts set up, but sit up, flip up, watch us rip up, shake shows until they fizz up, rizz up, like you're with us. If not, zip up your lip up, whip up. Hits with ransom, foul styles get and ones. We came back cause we heard hip hop needed another anthem, black like Noah. In fact, then for ya, and we was back in the days with the drifters, we'd have been known as the flowers. Revenue since the 70s, find me. So we went crazy in the 80s, so we woke his heinies in the 90s. Oops, the naughties, troops in sections of 40. So clap your hands and hold your shorty, I'm naughty. Here we go, now holla if you hear me, though. Come and feel me flow. Here we go, now holla if you hear me, though. Come and feel me flow. Here we go, now holla if you hear me, though. Come and feel me flow. Here we go, now holla if you hear me, though. Come and feel me flow.
What's up, y'all? This is Tim Einenkel with The Library. Make sure to follow me on Twitter. That's at The Library with Tim. That's at The Library with Tim. Also, check me out on rapstation.com for my full interviews and also updates from all the And You Don't Stop crew.
Massively, massical, naughty by nature. For rule every time we come in at the dance. Man, treacherous MC. No one let the saxophone man play a liquor. Make it lovely.
What is it like, for those who don't know, what is it like working with Queen Latifah?
It's like working with royalty. When you got somebody that's in the game that had the respect that she had, that had the know-how, had her own company, starting her own businesses, management, records out, this, that, and the third, movies, you like, yo, this is a great person to follow the lead on right here. And we was from the same neighborhood, so it all clicked, like the stars just was aligned by doing that. And to see somebody that you know in talent shows and everything else, and see them finally come out and make it, and then want to make you a part of their enterprise and their empire. I mean, it was just hands down like, wow, this is basically a dream coming true.
Every time we come in at the dance, well, you know what's up for Rama. Yeah, man. Every time we come in at the dance, well, you know what's up for Jama.
You obviously have been, you obviously think towards the future, and you're obviously not just an MC, but you're an actor. So I was wondering, you've been in a boatload of films and television series. What made you decide to go into acting?
Latifah. She actually had me read for the role of Bishop and Juice.
Right.
Pop got it because he was a great actor. Me at the time, I'm just going in there reading lines. I didn't know what the hell I was doing. But it was an opportunity for me to just try it. So what I did is went in, did the best I could do, and it wasn't good enough, but it opened my eyes to a whole different world. I never thought in my life like I'll be going out reading for acting roles. Never.
Naughty by Nature obviously has a bunch of albums. I was wondering, what's your favorite album and your favorite song by you guys so far?
Wow. We always get asked that, but it's the answer is like the truth. It's like each song is your kid. Each album is a part of your family, so you love them all. I mean, it's different types of songs. It's so many over the years, it's not really one that I say, you know what, my favorite song, because all of them are different. All of them, it's not like, okay, every song Naughty comes out with is that type of club anthem, chanty, sing-along type of record. You know, I maybe would have one if all of them were the same in bass, but I like different styles of records and music. That's why I write them like that. I love being just out the box and do things that no one else is doing. I like the hardcore records. I like the party records. I like the tear jerkers. I like the sexy records. So, man, I like albums. I like complete, well-rounded, entertaining albums. So, man, I love them all. Like, I could get an album of hours and I could sit down and listen to it and just be like, wow. Like, it'd just take me through a time machine and I'll sit down and appreciate it.
How do you stop from repeating what you write?
I don't know. It's a pretty good question because, I mean, I think with me, I've always been, like, real deep into different concepts of television, reading and different countries just going in and finding out different cultures. And I think just expanding the brain, if you just stuck on the same thing, you're going to sound the same. If you haven't ventured out of your comfortable block in your mental, it's like everything will sound the same and you start repeating it. But it's like me, I always, if anything even sounds remotely similar to something else I do, I'll go on a whole different path.
Oh, wow.
Because that's the last thing I want to do, like anybody comparing, well, those albums there sounded just alike. Or what they're talking about now is the same thing they was talking about 20 years ago. When if you're still talking about that, it's like you're kind of trapped. You really haven't expanded. Because with times changing, it's like it's always, to me, every day that pops up is a whole different chapter of something going on, something to write about. Whether it's the news, like I could sit and watch the news all day. I could sit and watch Animal Planet. I could sit and watch bios on different countries starting and wars, and you know what I mean? I'm just interested in a whole different facet of, you know, just a regular, what may be your regular 4 or 5 channels that people watch on television. I want to see what's going on all over. So I think that plays a part in keeping the rhymes relevant, up to date, and not going back and just repeating and sounding the same over and over again.
I think one thing that a lot of fans appreciate about you is that you could spit without a beat, and it kind of sounds like you're as you're spitting, it kind of sounds like the beat. There is a beat there, but obviously there isn't a beat. So I want to know, like, what would your favorite beat be to spit on?
I don't know. It'd probably be like me. I come up on the era of the break beats, substitutions, and break and like original drum tracks. So I like open boom bap types of tracks. You know what I mean? Where you can hear the lyrics.
Right.
Where it's not like, you know what, that song is hot because I like the beat.
Right.
The beat plays a very important part, but I want you to like the song that I'm on because of my lyrics as well. I want it to be a full package. So when a lot of the records that I do write, I write to no tracks. So I guess that's why it sounds like, you know, because I write it off a beat in my head. And I guess that's why rhythms could come, different rhyme formats could come as well, because you're not listening to the track and it's basically baiting the way you're going to spit the flow on it. You're making up your own flow before it even hits the track.
Oh, so when you're writing, you have a totally different beat you usually have a totally different beat in your head, and then
Usually it's just I get an idea for a rhyme, and then I'll just start writing that. And it's funny that you said before, like, how do you keep from doing? If it sounds like a similar flow that I did, I'll switch it right there before it even starts.
Oh wow!
So it's hard to explain, but that's the method to the madness. It's like sometimes I can write to a track, and a lot of times I don't. Like if I'm on the road, like now with technology and everything, so you can get an email to your phone, beats. You can always have a track. Right. But before it wasn't like that. You had to wait for somebody actually to give it to you. I had to wait for K. You know, we might have just did a whole week in the studio, knocked out 3-4 songs, and now he has to go back in the lab and make some other tracks. So before, with the waiting process on any tracks that was coming through, I never had to wait. I'm like, yo, let me just put some ideas together now so when the tracks come, I kind of got a head start.
Real quick, what's the best way for people to stay in the loop of what you're doing?
Oh, they can hit me up on Twitter at Trigger Treach, TRIGGER TREACH. That's my blast out to everybody. You can always get me there. So let them know. Hit me up on Trigger Treach on Twitter, and from the tours, from the movies, from any and everything that I'm doing. It's promoted straight on there, and it's me directly. It's not like I got somebody else handling it. It's me straight up. So they could get up close and personal and really be a part of the ride.
HipHop Hooray Tours. Can't believe it's been 20 years. Naughty by Natures is the group. Treach is the artist that I'm speaking to. Treach, thanks so much for joining me on the library today.
Thanks a lot, Tim. One love.
You're funny for it's foreign and the green card's on the way. Say that
Just in and so good. Thousands of spring deals at your Nordstrom Rack store. Save big today on new arrivals from Kate Spade New York, Nike, Sam Edelman, Free People, and Madewell, starting at only $30. Great brands and great prices on dresses, denim, sandals, designer bags, and more. So rack your look and get first dibs on spring styles you want now from just $30 at your Nordstrom Rack store. What will you find?
Meet the next generation of podcast stars with SiriusXM's Listen Next program, presented by State Farm. As part of their mission to help voices be heard, State Farm teamed up with SiriusXM to uplift diverse and emerging creators. Tune in to Stars and Stars with Issa, as host Issa Nakazawa dives into birth charts of her celeb guests. This is just the start of a new wave of podcasting. Visit statefarm.com to find out how we can help prepare for your future. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.